morning, ladies and gentlemen, mabibi na mabwana. Welcome to Zanaats. This is the African High School of the Arts. For me, the arts have always been my heartbeat. I am so privileged and very honored to have parents who supported me. And over time, I was able to leave the country and go study outside the country, attend schools like Harvard University, where I was able to get a master's in arts education. Also work in Hollywood in the top studios that really honed my art. But for me, being out there, one thing that I realized is that we are not growing in our arts here in Kenya, and that was one of the reasons that I moved back. How can I be able to encourage and be able to create a hub where our young people can come and grow in the arts? Where can we come as artists and collaborate and be able to share, be able to build our young people, be able to create opportunities for that? And this is why we built Zanaats. We're targeting 13-year-olds to 17-year-olds. We have 5 conservatories, departments. We have theater arts, media arts, dance, music and visual arts.
I have worked with the team to develop a curriculum that I see somebody who's been a beneficiary of sitting here. I'm so excited. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Ian. I think Ian and I have had a few run-ins here and there in the industry. I've been around for maybe a quarter of a decade, working in Nairobi. We have a great facility, but it's always about the teachers. It doesn't matter even if you have the fancy buildings. If you don't have the right people in your team, it's not a school. So we're going to meet our faculty. And so because I don't want to spoil the surprise, I will ask you to rise on your feet and follow us into the school. Karibu to Zanaats.
A lot of young people, they know how to express themselves, but they don't know what to do with that opportunity. We're creating a plethora of opportunities, a buffet of opportunities where we can be able to hone those skills for the young people so they can actually grow. I'm the type of artist who believes that whatever it is that God put in your hands, you can use that to grow and create purpose and impact other people and make a living out of that for yourself and also for other people. You don't have to force yourself to be an accountant if you're an artist. You don't have to force yourself to be a banker if you're an artist. What God created you and put in your hands, you can use that for a good purpose and to grow and become a human who's impacting the world.
I shall hope to share with the young people who enroll at Zanaats my experience as a performer. I started acting on stage as a very young boy in primary school. I went on to act in high school. In the adult world, I have played roles in about 40 plays. I have directed about 15 plays. I have written 6 original plays. I have acted in several films.
For me, it's a way of giving back. As an African, I believe very strongly that we should be able to teach our own and to set standards for ourselves. And therefore, if people like myself don't step up to the plate and take the challenge, then we'll never get to the stage when we produce a homegrown product.
This is an add-on for children who have the artistic bug in them. It's not as if they're not going to go through what is considered traditional education.
What brought me here? I have a 13-year-old and I was interested in looking at what kind of creative arts education was being proposed here.
Beyond curiosity, I figured this is epic. I think this is like a pioneering move, and I wanted to see, a high school that's a visual arts academy. But it's more than visual arts, isn't it? Like they've got theater, they've got music. Yeah, I want to be a kid again so I can come here.
For a parent who may have a child who might be interested in the arts, be it performing, be it traditional painting, drawing, there appears to be a place that they can come and hone their skills and really test whether or not this is what they want to do with their lives. So that's good.
and that you can say it's cool. For me, that's the best thing, because a lot of Kenyan parents, maybe my father's generation, a part of my generation, when we think school, art is something you do when you're bored. It's a hobby. It's not something you can do as school.
So I want to take arts in Africa to the next level. I want scouts to come looking for artists in Kenya, in Africa. School is not just for Africa, for Kenya. It's an African school. It's the African high school of the arts. So I want to emphasize that. We want to attract people from different parts of Africa, people to come from every part of Africa and feel that they're part of this. So many times we have complained that as Africans, our art is not being recognized. It's not at par. This is a hub, a creative hub that we're building and targeting young people right from the high school level, where they can be able to start growing the art. Can you dance to Africa? In the motherland. Africa, celebration in your motherland. See the smiles on people's faces, full of reason to sing and dance. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to split you into two. This group on this side will follow Pauline to go to the media arts, and then this group you're going to follow me will go to the dance department. And then once you're finished with both departments, we'll switch, and then we'll take you up to visual arts. So I'll be your tour guide from here, and she'll be your tour guide from here. Thank you.
Hi. Hello. My name is Agnes Urmuru. I'm a visual artist. I've been working full-time as an artist for the past 4 years. Before that, I studied painting and art history in the States at Savannah College of Art and Design in Georgia. And I also did 1 year in California at California Institute of the Arts. My strategy for the visual arts department will be to expose the students to as many ways of making as possible. So we'll do photography, graphic design, drawing, painting, sculpture.
The idea that the children or the students will be able to concentrate on their craft and dedicate enough time to really become highly skilled at what they do is very attractive to me, because I think the process will be very rewarding. I'm very interested in having a small group of people that I can really invest in and take my time to help them get where they need to be at to do whatever career they want to do under the umbrella of visual arts. So I think that's why I'm interested, because it's a bit more serious, it takes a bit more dedication, and you can really take the time to get really good at what you do.
If you want to contribute to your drawing, please feel free. There's chalk here. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free also to have a closer look at everything.
I hope the students come out feeling confident. I hope that they come out feeling like they have options, that they're aware of what they can do, all the possibilities that they have, that they come out knowing that you don't have to be a poor artist. You can have a career and you can make a living off of what you love. I hope it encourages collaboration. I hope it brings about change, positive change. And I hope it brings out also more serious creatives in the art scene here in Nairobi, but also to give them the confidence to know that they can live and work wherever they want to.
Karibuni sana. Habari zenu? How are you all? Very well. Thank you very much. Most welcome to the dance studio. We are going to be offering 3 main dance subjects or courses or techniques as many. And this will be contemporary dance, ballet dance, and African dances.
So my area of specialty is really traditional dance, more particularly traditional dances of Kenya, but in this curriculum we'd like to also introduce dances from other parts of Africa, and maybe, God willing, we can get a chance to teach also dances from other parts of the world.
Well, I think I've always been very keen on advocacy in terms of building the dance sector in Kenya. I think we all have to accept that when it comes to dance, but also when it comes in general to arts, we need to start them at an early age. So basically, Zanarts is an opportunity to build professional, self-sufficient dance practitioners and in general performing artists from an early age. So I think that's what attracted me to teaching at Zanarts, is the opportunity to work with young people who are still looking for their path. They are just building their technique, but they are already determined that this is what they want to do. They want to do dance.
As a practitioner, as a leader of a company, a dance company, one of the challenges we faced in the landscape of performing arts is the lack of skills. And therefore, the opportunity to teach young people is important for us who run companies, because we will be depending on the skills that we give them. And therefore, the opportunity to teach in this kind of school is very important, and I wanted to support any idea of teaching young people skills in the area of performing arts, especially in dance. So I was ready to commit myself, to dedicate my time to pass over the skills that I have to young people, because I know that these young guys will graduate and we will be the ones who will benefit, because we run companies that require skilled artists.
Thank you so much.
Alright folks, hi, good morning, or good afternoon rather. My name is John Hughes Legend. I'm from New York City, and I moved to the continent about 9 months ago. And I've been here since the Kairos debacle. I call it the Kairos, the Corona Kairos. So I'm happy to be part of the team here at Zanarts School of Arts. And what we're gonna focus on is essentially imparting some knowledge on the kids in terms of, performing arts, visual arts, and storytelling. And in this department here, essentially here, what you're seeing here is a typical podcast setup. Yeah? This is a 4-microphone podcast setup where we could either focus on doing audio work only. We record to our external recorder right here, 4 microphones, 4 channels, and we're able to disseminate that over the internet. We could also choose to shoot video as well, so video and audio podcast, right? So we have a camera system and an audio system. We match that together. But at the base of that is basically storytelling. And any type of storytelling consists of the 3-act structure: the intro, the development, and the conclusion.
I accepted the position to teach at Zanarts because I think it's important to impart knowledge on the next generation. As I mentioned previously, the art of storytelling is key, Story is king, actually. By now teaching these kids to take ownership of their own narrative, to tell their own stories, they'll be able to impart that knowledge down the line to the next generation, and so on, because you cannot allow other people to tell your stories. So remember, he who holds the pen tells the story. The victor never tells a story from the defeated perspective. Cindio. I learned that, Cindio.
Here's Josh Israel. He's a very young filmmaker, director, very accomplished. So this is some of his work. The next piece I'm going to play for you guys is a piece that I shot a few years ago. Watch the piece, and then we'll continue with some questions. Here we go.
Our students are going to graduate as experts in their field. Being in our school for 4 years and you're working alongside real artists, working in companies that actually practice the arts, when they leave, they're going to come out with real portfolios and real reels. They will be able to approach professional companies and get jobs which are not necessarily going to be entry level because they already have years of experience. We expect them to work for 2 months every year that they're in school, so they'll have garnered a lot of work experience in that case. So by the time they're graduating, we know we'll have already started them, given them a few head starts. Our students will also be able to apply to the top higher education institutions because we are training our students to be scouted by the top universities, the top higher education institutions, because we're taking art education to the next level. We're not just teaching them surfacey education. We're going deep into the roots where when they leave, their grades will be able to reflect that they're qualified enough to apply for higher education. So if they want to move on and do their masters, their undergraduate, their masters, even PhD in the top institutions, they can be able to do that.
I teach film and animation to people who have come out of the 844 system and they want to be filmmakers. That's what they want to do with their lives. And it's like starting from scratch, teaching people how to tell stories, how to compose visuals. That area of creativity and making things attractive and finishing a job is just neglected entirely. So I thought it was a lovely initiative. Yes, yeah. My children were interested in the visual arts department.
So I'm excited that people can be able to say they're going to school and it's not just books, because not all children were called to be intellectuals in terms of books. So to be able to give children the space to express themselves artistically and not feel guilty like they've gone off the wrong path.
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right.
I think for me, the end product is a sense of discipline, to be conscious of what you're doing and to be in control, to have a measure of control in what they're doing. And such skills can be taught. And even if you start off at the very bottom of the rung, you can end up being more skilled by the end of it.
I want to say, come support us, come support ZANARTS. Be part of our team. We need people from all industries to join in this community of building the arts. I think a lot of times people who just watch the arts become passive and become spectators. But I think the arts can have people coming in from all industry. Become an art collector. Support us financially. Support us emotionally. Send us an email every once in a while. Bring your kids to our school. I really want to encourage parents to bring their kids to our school. Come check us out. Call us up and question us. Send us the questions that you have. I know one question a lot of parents ask is, what will my child become when they graduate? Come talk to us.
ZANARTS.
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 We are the African High School of the Arts. Come check us out.